everybody, and welcome back. I am the Sovereign, and this is my court. If this is your first time in attendance, hello. Please consider hitting the subscribe button before you leave our kingdom. Man, it feels good to be back at court. It feels so good to be back at court. A lot of stuff happened at Christmas, a lot of stuff happened at New Year's. I will be uploading a Christmas vlog of the family on the family channel. If you have not discovered that channel, I do share another channel with my whacktacular family. They're enjoyable, even though they drive me nuts sometimes. We are here to talk about the 5 things that you must possess in order to snag a Miss Universe crown. Some of you have emailed me on the email that is in the description box below, along with my Twitter and Instagram. You guys have emailed me and you've sent me messages asking about things like this, like what do you think IMG is looking for in a Miss Universe queen? What do these girls need to possess in order to do well? I wanted to keep it pretty simple so that people who are really trying to learn, or maybe women who are reevaluating themselves, really understand what core values they have to possess, because IMG and the Miss Universe organization is never going to dictate what they specifically want in a woman because they want a woman to be her own woman. They want you to be yourself. But there are some values and things that you have to possess in order to wear the crown. So let's talk about it. Usually I would do these type of lists in ascending order, but I think it makes a bit more sense to do it from number 1 to number 5, which is what I'm going to do it in this case. So starting from number 1, the number 1 thing that I think you need, in fact have to possess in order to wear a Miss Universe crown is charisma / charm. Basically the same thing. You have to have the ability to entice an audience. You have to have the ability to captivate the people around you, because that's basically what a Miss Universe does. She is someone that is awe-inspiring. She pulls people in. You have to be able to draw people to you. Otherwise, what type of influence can you really implement if no one's coming to you in the first place? Like if you have no draw, if you have no attraction, you are unable to do the job of Miss Universe in the first place. You are unable to captivate a judge or an audience or, you know, an organization. Like, it's just never gonna happen. You will never get out of the starting gate if you have absolutely no charm or charisma, because it's just like dud. I understand it can be difficult, especially if you're not used to being in front of an audience. You're not 100% comfortable. That's something you have to work on as a competitor or even as a person to really learn and teach yourself and have and possess that charm and charisma. You have to allow yourself to be comfortable in an unknown environment around people that you don't necessarily know or are comfortable around. You have to be the person that makes the people around you comfortable, that makes the people around you want to come to you. Charm and charisma, you'll get nowhere without it. Number 2, personality. You can have all the charm and charisma you want, great, but once you draw the audience in, once they're finally here, why are they gonna stay? If you don't have the personality that makes them stay, they're gone. That's like me uploading a YouTube video that has a beautiful thumbnail and, you know, I was really bubbly for the first 30 seconds, but after the first 30 seconds of the video, there is no substance, no personality, no fun whatsoever. Who's staying for that? Who's staying for that? Nobody. You have to have a personality that keeps people around you, that makes people want to know you and be with you and support you. Otherwise, once again, you can't do your job as a Miss Universe, or quite honestly, any title holder. Like, the purpose of these title holders is to really inspire and draw people in, but no one's gonna be inspired or drawn in by a bland personality. It's just not, it's not gonna happen. And I'm saying this as a YouTuber because my job, part of my job is my personality. I could not sit here today and talk to you guys if I spoke like I was Bueller's teacher off the intercom. Bueller. You guys know what I'm talking about, like those monotone teachers. Ugh, they kill us all. Like, ugh, you gotta have some personality, girls. Men and women, everybody watching this, like, shh. Number 3, the one thing I'm sure you all know has to be on this list, speaking ability, Speaking ability. So you have to have the charm to draw people in, the personality to keep people in, but then you have to have the speaking ability to actually impress and influence an audience, which is what Miss Universes and title holders do. They draw people in and then encourage and inspire people to join them on a certain cause or to join them on a journey. You have to have the speaking ability to communicate your message. Otherwise, once again, why are people here? The job of a Miss Universe, quite honestly, is the job of an influencer. The reason Miss Universe is better than any typical influencer is because influencers may possess charm. They may even possess personality. They do not possess very good speaking ability or the ability to impart an inspirational message. They do not use their influence for good whatsoever. It's quite honestly, it's very wasted because these people don't have the capacity to pass on an inspiring message to their audience. Most influencers sit there and, you know, like the girls like to run around half naked in a bikini, which I'm not bashing them because sometimes I run around half naked in a bikini, but everybody knows there comes a point where I will use my influence, small as it may be, to impart a good message, to impart some knowledge, to say something to the world that's going to have a lasting and meaningful and purposeful effect. If you don't have the speaking ability to pass on an effective message, once again, what is your purpose as a queen? Go be an influencer. That's the difference between Miss Universe competitors and the Miss Universe crown and a typical influence. Her speaking ability and her ability to pass on an important message is much more than that of any other influencer on any platform. She has more importance. The speaking ability that's why speaking ability in competition has become so important, because that is such a major job of the Miss Universe organization and the Miss Universe herself, because they don't want an influencer. They want a woman that's going to inspire change. And if you can't communicate her message, you can't change anything. Number 4 on my list is beauty. I don't care what you say, it's still a pageant and it's a beauty pageant, but I think people don't necessarily understand the purpose of the beauty, because the beauty of a woman is more than just the vanity of admiring her looks. Now, number 1, everybody knows that I enjoy a pretty girl. I'm not gonna lie. Look, I am 100% straight, but I am comfortable in my sexuality, girl. I will tell you if you are sexy. It doesn't matter to me. And I'm sure all of us as fans, like, yes, of course we admire them for their beauty, but there is more to beauty than just the looks. A beautiful woman automatically has a built-in audience. She automatically draws eyes. She automatically gets attention, which is partly what makes it so easy for Miss Universes in general to be so captivating. With all of these things on the list, these women, if you possess everything on this list, you have the ability to be so captivating to the point where it's hypnotic. People cannot resist your beauty. They cannot resist your charm. They are drawn to your personality, and then they are influenced by your words. Being a Miss Universe, honestly, is a game of manipulation. You manipulate people with your charm, your words, your beauty. The beauty does play a part. It's like a moth to a flame. A beautiful woman will always get attention. And no matter what, the job of a Miss Universe is to get as much attention as she possibly can, whether it be by her walk, her eyes, her looks, her hair, her charm, her personality, and then change people's perspective or thought process with her words. So girls, I am all for a beautiful woman. Number 1, I love the styles. I love the styles, I love the looks, and they're influencing fashion and style, but also the other part of having a beautiful woman is she's breaking a stereotype. And this is something I need to be broken because it affects me personally, okay? Look, like, I'm not the most beautiful woman on the planet. I don't hype myself like that. Not to say I'm not pretty, okay? Because we love ourselves over here. But when I say she's breaking a stereotype, everybody knows there is a stereotype against beautiful women. When you are beautiful, it is automatically assumed that you are stupid. People automatically assume that you are an airhead, that you are ditzy, that you don't know anything. I get it all the time. I mean, I get it all the time. People think that I am vain. I have nothing of substance in my brain. And this is really a stereotype that affects all women. We should not be put down for feeling good about ourselves or making ourselves look pretty. I enjoy when other women look pretty, and I will tell you, you look good. There is nothing to be ashamed about for taking care of yourself or enjoying taking care of yourself or enjoying wearing makeup or doing your nails. There's nothing bad about personal upkeep. Like, how gross do you have to be to put women down for looking good, for smelling good? Like, what are you doing in your household? Do you shower? But just because these women take pride in their self-care does not mean that they are not incapable of knowledge or greatness. We have had so many Miss USAs, Miss Universes, Philippines, Thailand, like these amazing women who are lawyers, doctors, teachers, nuclear physicists, biologists. We have had so many incredibly intelligent women, and they're beautiful, they're gorgeous, which is going 100% against the stereotype established that pretty women can't be smart. And this is one thing that I love about the Miss Universe organization and any pageant in general, because if I go outside and talk to a normal person right now and I ask them what they know about pageant queens, to this day, they're gonna tell me, oh, they're just a bunch of ditzy girls who are skinny and they like to wear dresses and say world peace. To this day, in fact, I probably need to do a video on it. To this day, the public has no idea that these beautiful women are so highly educated. They are so passionate about their advocacies and their missions. The general public and population has no idea that these beautiful, angelic, wonderful women are intelligent. To this day. Apparently, ladies, we can't love rhinestones and books. Like, we can't know how to walk in heels and how to deliver a beautiful, eloquent 5-minute speech. Like, apparently we can't do both. And I love that all pageants in general are breaking that stereotype, because there is nothing in a rule book that says women can't do all these things. You suck it up. I know it's amazing. I know it's kind of hard to believe, but women can actually do it all. We can be beautiful. We can be sexy, we can be fierce, we can be seductive, we can also be classy, we can be responsible. Like, women can be these dynamic beings. Stop putting them in this one facet, one little box of what they're supposed to be. And it irritates me because people do it to me. People come to my channel and they expect me to be the picture of class and elegance, which admittedly I can be sometimes, okay? But I can also be many other things. You guys have seen me be feisty. People still get surprised by my feistiness, even though I've made entire videos roasting people. But then people will come and be like, oh my God, I thought you were classy. Like, why can't I be both? Why can't I do it all? Classy women can also be seductive women. You don't have to choose. Beautiful women can be smart. Respectable women can also be sexy. Stop forcing women to be just this one thing that fits what you think we should be. Let us be ourselves. I feel like I just did a little bit of a rant, but it needed to be said, okay? Women, you can do it all. And if anybody has anything to say about how dynamic you are, roast them. Whatever, roast them. I don't even know what to say, roast them. Or ignore them, it doesn't matter. Like, don't acknowledge them. And number 5, the last thing on my list is background. You should have some sort of background that's going to support you through competition. If you are joining the Miss Earth organization and you're going after the Miss Earth crown, if you have not established a background that shows that you are actually devoted to environmental advocacy, environmental awareness, it's very hard to take you seriously. It is very difficult to believe that you are suddenly so devoted to advocacy, but you have never done anything in your past. Also, you should have some sort of background that shows who you are, where you've been, the journeys you've been on, whether it's been your education, your travels, your experiences. You should have some sort of background that's going to entice your audience, entice a judging panel, something that's going to interest people, something that's going to relate people to you. If you show up pretty much at any pageant and people are like, okay, well, what's your life been like? What's your background like? And you have nothing to tell them, you have nothing to say, you've basically been living your entire life on a couch. How is that going to inspire anyone to think that you are worthy of any crown? How are they going to think that this woman has the stamina and ability to carry a national, international title when she's never put herself in a position to do anything of purpose or meaning on her own. You have to take a little bit of initiative on your own to go out and experience life, to live, to gain some knowledge, to gain some experience. No matter how young or old you may be, go have life experiences. Go find out what you enjoy. Go have some trials. Go have a journey. Take a quest. You need some sort of background that when you show up in front of a judging panel, you can present this to them and say, you know, I've lived a bit of life and here is what I have learned. Here is what I can bring to the Miss Universe organization or any pageant organization. Here's my little bit of extra spice. Here is what Miss Universe can get from me that sets me apart from my competitors or any queens that you have crowned previously. You should be able to present a background, something to an audience of people watching you, vetting you, judging you, that says, I am worthy, I am different, I am ready to be crowned. Your background is incredibly important. This is what judges are going to draw on when you go into an interview. They're going to ask you questions that are going to relate to your life experiences, the journeys that you've been on in life. These are the questions that are going to ask you. If you have nothing to say, oh, that would be tragic. Like, I think one of the most basic interview questions, be it a job interview or a pageant interview, is what is the hardest trial that you faced in a job or in your life? People will ask you, like, what's the toughest opposition you've ever gone against? If you have never, ever faced a challenge in your life, it's not just your judges or your audience. You yourself need to know how you behave under pressure. How do you handle an adversarial conversation? If you don't know enough about yourself to be able to answer these very basic questions, if you don't have the background and experience to draw on, it's not really advisable for you to be holding a major title. You're just not experienced enough to be in the public eye doing things like that. So yes, a background can encompass many different things. It can encompass your lifestyle, your upbringing, your birth, your learned experience, your education. It is a compilation of really who you are as a person. And that should be very well-rounded, because then it reflects you as a person, whom should be very well-rounded going into competition. Hopefully this video was able to help those of you who maybe didn't understand Miss Universe or other competitions as well. Like, what are we really looking for? Hopefully this really ironed some things out for you, gave people a little bit of insight, at least from my perspective. Obviously, some of you pageant fans are going to be like, what, you didn't put evening gown, you didn't put swimwear on the list? Well, no, I didn't. I didn't put that on the list, because those are really performance elements and they can be trained, they can be taught. That really just comes from coaching. But no matter how good your swimwear, evening gown, your walks, your faces are, no matter how wonderful you are at those performance elements, if you don't have the charm, the personality, the charisma to draw people in, nobody cares. Nobody cares. I don't care how fabulous your walk is. If you are boring, but you can walk, the fans won't even, the fans won't even get behind that. You have to have the walk that comes with the charm. You have to have the walk that comes with the personality. Like, if you're doing a beautiful walk, but you have no personality on stage, it's not gonna save you. It's not gonna save you, sis. Throw it away. Throw the walk away. Don't even bring it. Don't even pack the walk. Don't pack the walk. It's not going to help you. If you have a walk with no personality, a personalityless walk, we don't want it. We want to see the fire. We want to see the passion, the smiles, the turns. We want to see the fun. We want to see these girls living their best lives on stage. And if you can't give that to us, your knee bend means nothing to me. Your extension means nothing to me. Those toe tweaks and turns and hip thrust, they mean nothing. They mean nothing. Your personality is dry. Dry as some Thanksgiving turkey past its expiration date. Dry as some frostbitten old stuffing. Like, we don't want it. Throw it out. Go away. So that's why I didn't put evening gown, walks, and whatnot on the list, because like I said, it can be taught. It can be taught. But if you do not possess these things, it doesn't even matter how good you are. You have to possess these 5 things. In the comment section below, let me know what you think are some other crucial elements of winning pageant queens. What do you think they must possess in order to snag the crown? What do you think they must possess to entice you as an audience member or like imaginary judge? Like, leave your thoughts in the comments section below. I love to hear what you guys have to say. In the meantime, make sure you give the video a thumbs up. If you are not a member of my court, please consider hitting the subscribe button so that I can see your beautiful face. Again, I love you and I'll miss you, but you know I will be back in a future video.